Pompeo's nomination comes after word of proposed talks between President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un over Pyongyang's nuclear program. At the White House, Trump said those talks could come as soon as May or June.
I think there'll be great respect paid by both parties, and hopefully we'll be able to make a deal on the de-nuking of North Korea.
Based on his past statements on North Korea, China, and Iran, most analysts say Pompeo, a West Point graduate, would likely rely more on U.S. military strength and be less supportive of international agreements than was his predecessor, Rex Tillerson.
I think Pompeo is more of a hawk, more of a Trumpian. He is more of this sort of new wave of, I would call it, American nationalism. And we see countries becoming more nationalistic all over the world.
Differences between the president and Tillerson led to his dismissal in March. But Stephen Pomper of the International Crisis Group says if confirmed, Pompeo will not face a similar burden.
The State Department wants to be at the vanguard of U.S. foreign policy. That was very difficult for Secretary Tillerson to do because it was known that there was distance between him and the president. So when he would go out and have conversations with foreign leaders, it was often questioned whether or not he was really representing President Trump's views. I don't think Secretary Pompeo will have that problem.
Besides the U.S.-North Korea meeting, the Trump administration must decide whether or not to renew the Iran nuclear deal brokered during the Obama administration. President Trump has often criticized that pact. Democratic lawmakers and retired diplomats think Pompeo's selection makes it more likely the U.S. will pull out of the Iran deal, thereby jeopardizing a Kim-Trump summit.
There is no way in the world that throwing out a valid agreement that is working would increase your negotiating leverage with North Korea. Rather, it should cause the North Korean leader to ask himself, how can I sign any agreement with a president who's prepared to break every previous agreement?
On Russia, Pompeo has been far more critical than Trump of Moscow's alleged attempts to interfere with the 2016 U.S. presidential election.
It's pretty clear about what took place here, about Russian involvement in efforts to hack information and to have an impact on American democracy.
Furthering the U.S.-Russia tensions is last week's deadly chemical attack on civilians in Syria, with Moscow and Damascus denying any Syrian role. Robert Raffaele, VOA News, Washington.